Over the Bars podcast is brought to you by Donnell's Motorcycles, Bar to Bar MX, Missouri Vintage Motocross Championship, Keaton Fonholtz Real Estate, Fox, Lap King, Kansas Motocross Championship Series, UFO, Rippin' Ruts, Boom, and Innovative MX Training. Gimmick, the official coffee of hard work. Do you need coffee that works as hard as you do? Go to gimmickcoffee.com and purchase a 12-ounce bag of dark roast coffee. Available in whole bean or ground with priority shipping. You'll be brewing and ready for whatever the job throws at you. Gimmick, the only gimmick is in the name.
Hi, this is Keaton Fonholtz with England Volkers, Kansas City. If you are looking to buy or sell in Kansas or Missouri, let the bow tie guy be your real estate concierge. Please reach out to me on Instagram at KF Real Estate for a first-class real estate experience.
Over the Bars podcast. Never live, always behind the ball, consistently inconsistent, absolutely guaranteed to go off topic, where fact-checking is not a concern and off-color commentary is all but a guarantee. This is OTB.
We are now recording.
We're live?
Yeah.
We're on. All right. I didn't know if you were doing the intro or what.
Oh, it's already in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha. So what's up, Jeff?
Before we even get going, let's talk about your arm.
Okay. What do you want to know?
I don't know. This is kind of like do people know about you screwing up your shoulder?
Shoulder? Yeah. I mean, I posted that video of me riding the bicycle talking about it.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that? You just don't. You don't pay attention to Kev, do you? Not important enough.
Where did you post that to?
Instagram, Facebook,
Twitter,
the normal places.
Snapchat.
Dude, I'm not a Twitter guy. I don't know why. Just not a Twitter guy.
Dude, you don't want people knowing what you're thinking at all times?
Not a fan. Nope.
So.
But yes, people know about it. It's not a hidden thing. I'm not worried about people knowing either.
Yeah. What did you? But it was for a minute.
A little bit, yeah.
Because you didn't know what was going on.
Because I didn't know what decision was going to be made, when I was going to get things done, if I wasn't going to get things done. And no, I have nothing to hide from it because I 100% believe that it was the right decision just to go ahead and, because it's not like I got my shoulder reconstructed. I just got my labrum stitched up. So I don't think there's any problem with that. And I think it's a good thing that I did it now instead of trying to pull a
hammy.
Honestly, I was going to say pull like a Benny, because I talked to Benny about it a lot before I decided or made my decision. And he said that when his shoulder came out and he had problems and he tried racing, it came out 35 times the next year. And I was like, I do not want to be that guy.
Now, when you say 35, do you mean literally 35?
That's the number he told me. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I coughed one time and it came out. And I was like, oh my God, don't want to be that.
I remember him telling me about putting a t-shirt on and his shoulder popping out because he went up like this and it just
I don't want to deal with that. Not only do I not want to deal with that with racing, I don't want to deal with that for the rest of my life kind of deal. So
you know what's wild though, dude, is whenever I did my shoulder at Loretta's, I tore my labrum, tore my bicep, tore the rotator cuff, broke my coracoid, dislocated my collarbone at both ends, and I broke my humerus. Hasn't come out since then.
You didn't get it fixed?
No.
What?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing with mine is that's what they made my decision honestly pretty easy is they did x-rays and MRIs. X-rays came back beautiful. No flat spots on the humerus, which is like the ball of your shoulder or whatever. I'm saying that for other people, not for you. I figured you'd know that. But so yeah, bones were all good. No chips, no nothing like that. Rotator cuff was immaculate, perfect. But they did find the bank heart lesion is what it's called on the labrum. And because like even like the day that I got a call from the surgeon kind of getting his word and what he suggested, like I was doing push-ups and flies and all sorts of stuff with my shoulder. Like it felt fine, but it just felt a little bit unstable. So that was my biggest thing. I was like, dude, I can use it right now, but the last thing I want to do is get 8 rounds deep into outdoors and have a problem with it and then have to get surgery and then be screwed for, outdoors, like just trying to limp it through, then getting hurt and then being out for Supercross. I was like, nah, we're just getting this fixed now.
So in your opinion, is the moneymaker Supercross?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be okay with racing Supercross only?
Yes. If it raced all year. Because
you said that no hesitation at all?
Zero hesitation.
Now, why is that?
I enjoy it more, to be honest. Not like I love the fact of like grinding out a 35-minute moto because a lot of guys will peter out around that 25-30 minute mark, and I like going that full 20-35 minutes. But when it just comes to the simplicity of it, and honestly the biggest thing is the skill level that it takes, right? So ever since you're 4 years old, when did you start? You started later, didn't you?
No, I started when I think I was 8, 7.
Yeah. So a lot of kids, when they start 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever it is, they're racing outdoors their whole life.
Yeah.
You get into Supercross when you turn professional. Like you have the little, like the Hoosier Arena Cross stuff and whatnot like that. Because AMSOIL's not there. Like the legit stuff isn't there anymore. So you don't have any Supercross experience until you get to Supercross. So it's a lot tougher for a lot of kids to be good at it. So I like that it takes more skill to have to do Supercross, I guess is the best way to put it. And I advance at that when anybody can rip an outdoor track pretty fast.
How do you feel about the last round? I mean, obviously the very last round of Supercross was kind of squirrely because it was the East-West showdown. We're not allowed to say shootout anymore. Yeah. But now that it was the East-West race, and there was 24 guys?
Dude, that was hard to watch because that was when I was in the do I race, do I not race? Like, because obviously, so I got life flighted the week before that.
Yeah.
And I had a bruised lung and a couple broken ribs, which realistically I could have probably pushed through that. Obviously, if I would have hit the ground again, it would not have felt good. Right. But my biggest thing was, do I go ahead and race that? Because I really wanted to try to get top 10 in points. And then, just set up myself up for outdoors, which is what I ended up doing is I didn't race because I was wanting to just heal up as much as I could before outdoors. And then I got the MRIs and x-rays and then made my decision. But yeah, dude, when I was watching that, I was watching the LCQ and I was sitting there thinking like, I'd literally have to be one guy right now to make the main event and secure what would have probably been top 10 in points.
Yeah.
But it sucked at the time because I had already made my decision. So I was like, I made the right decision probably.
What's the recovery time?
They said probably like 10 to 12 weeks ish. So, I mean, it's going to put me on the sidelines for a little while, but the biggest thing is just making sure that I don't come back too soon to make sure that it's recovered and ready to go instead of trying to jump in 3 weeks too early and then having to go through a whole nother recovery process.
How many championship points did you earn in Supercross this year?
70. Oh, well, 70 in the 250s and then 11 in the 450s.
So a total of 88.
81.
I'm
70
sorry, I can't. Sorry,
yeah, it's all good.
81.
70 plus 11. It's good.
Thanks. I was thinking of your number.
Yeah, 77. Yeah, no, you're good. I forgive you.
And how many points did you have last year to get 85?
I got 35 in Supercross last year, so I doubled my points just in the 250 class.
So we're probably looking at 60s to 50s.
Yeah. Right now, the way it sits, I'm number 48 or 49 is what they say. Or that's what all the websites came out. Obviously, that's before outdoors. I'm not going to be able to race a large majority of outdoors. Hopefully, I'll be able to come back at the end of the series. But, yeah, I mean, it'll probably end up pushing me to, like, the 60s.
Yeah. I mean, still, though, you're getting down there.
Yeah, exactly. I honestly think if I would, because I'd be racing the 450 outdoors probably.
Really?
Yeah. That's what my plan was. And I would, just because, like, I'd never raced a 450 in my life and to find such quick success on it. And it suits my riding style a little bit because, like, even, like, I remember the last time you were at my house, you just commented on, like, how effortless it looks, like, just speed-wise. And I was like, the 450 is way better for, like, effortless speed than the 250. So that was kind of my...
I gave you that compliment?
Yeah, you did.
That sounds like something Anton would say. I don't know if I would.
That's Jeffy boy over here said that. Trust me, I remember. I took that to heart because you're like, Kevin, you're going to be fast for the rest of your life. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, don't even try on the dirt bike. And I'm like, yeah, I appreciate that.
That's right. I do remember saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of wild. Whenever, if you do just kind of stop and be like, wow, dude, as long as I don't get hurt, like, I'm just going to be fast always.
Yeah.
It's kind of a wild thing to think about. Like, there's a lot of fast guys that they lose some speed, over time. But I mean, in my opinion, and, my dad and I have argued about this. I genuinely think that I'm faster today than I was whenever I was winning a lot in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
I believe the main difference between the two is the competition difference.
Yeah.
Obviously, whenever, I was having to race Adam Zarda, Casey McDowell, Sheldon Trebe, Rusty Scheiderle, Josh Mast, the Merrill brothers. They were always hot. And it was just like thinking about those guys, don't get me wrong, dude, they were fast as shit. But, I mean, I never had to race against, you have a 2-digit number. Brandon Yates has qualified for a handful of outdoor nationals. I mean, it was like the guys that we were racing against, it was all local A talent.
Yeah.
And the odds of you getting like a 2-digit, nobody that was 2-digit ever showed up and raced.
Yeah.
Except for the occasional fair race. But nobody was showing up to Missouri State races. But there were still 25, 30 guys on the gate.
Yeah.
Whereas now, it's a little bit different. And the speed is faster, but there are less guys. But the top couple dudes are significantly faster. I mean, fuck, look at the Justin Brayton race last week.
Yeah.
Marshall Walton, Cody Williams, and Zach Williams.
Yeah.
All three of those guys have had let's see, Zach's lowest number was 62. Cody was in the 60s, and then Welton, I mean, he's, top 3 guy in Canada.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and that was just right up the road.
Yeah.
So my point is that it's a little bit different now. But
yeah, I would have to say quantity of riders has shrunk a little bit, but quality has risen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's wild though, dude, is there's still races you can go to. I mean, there's still 200% races all around the area within 4 hours that you can go hit. There will be, 10 guys that you don't even really know.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, why not? Why not just go to those races and
Yeah.
make money?
For real.
Yeah.
For real. That's that's what we were saying earlier is a lot of these guys that end up just racing Supercross and outdoors could make so much more money if they just did some of the local stuff.
Your buddies with Starling, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that he'll ever do that? Or do you think he'll just quit?
Do the what? The local scene or the outdoor scene?
Yeah, no, local stuff. Do you think
No, probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe here and there. It just kind of depends on how close it is to him. But
yeah.
I don't know how old he is. He's 28, isn't he?
He's almost 30. He's getting up there.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of whatever he's got going on work-wise, or if he's got a side gig, or if he just races. I don't know.
I just randomly, arbitrarily thought of him. He lives in Colorado, doesn't he? Or did he
No,
move back
I think
to Florida?
he's Florida now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
Must be nice.
There's a lot of money to be made in Colorado.
Really?
Yes. Dude, the RMXA series pays a fuck ton. There's, if you're willing to go just a couple hours south, Kicker,
Yeah.
the Arena Cross series, which is actually Cycle City Promotions.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they have an Arena Cross series all the way through the summer too. And they're in these amazing places too. There's this one in God damn it, I can't remember where it is. It's in Las Cruces, New Mexico or something like that. Dude, it's in this red rock bowl that they put an arena cross track, and it's almost sand. And there's literally a 300-foot rock wall that they build the track go up the side of it just a little
What?
bit. Yeah, like the peristyle at the LA Coliseum.
Dude, that's sweet.
Yeah, and they race there almost, every third weekend or something like that. It pays,
See, I wish there was more of that around here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. It really would have been a good deal if Wyco could have actually happened. So, fuck, I don't think. Yeah, we haven't even talked about that on here. Okay, so
Yeah, what's Wyco?
yeah, the night track that was supposed to be built at the Wyandotte County Fair.
Oh, okay.
Bruce and what was the guy's name? Josh, I think. Anyway, Bruce from Bar to Bar had this deal going where he got tied in with the people at Wyandotte County, and he was going to be the promoter for a night track up here. Dude, it was going to be so badass. And we've raced. Did you ever do the fair race out there?
At what? Why?
At Wyandotte County?
No.
Nope. So RJ put on a race there a couple times, and I went. The last I went, and the goalies showed up with Kyle Hussey, and they cleaned house. Dude, they had such a good deal going. So the three of them would load up in a van and trailer, and the goal was for them to top three, whatever it took for them to top three. And they wouldn't pass each other. They wouldn't really race each other. They might.
Do they split their earnings?
Yes.
I was going to say, I feel like I've heard this before.
Yeah, the three of them would go together, and the goal was to just take the top three spots and split it all the way. And they didn't care who won. They didn't care who got second, third, whatever. Just do whatever it took to make yourself into the top three. And they did that.
Was there one that always ended up third?
No.
Oh, so they were fast enough to toss it up anytime.
Oh, dude, it was popcorn.
Okay, because I don't know who's the third one you said? I know the goalies, but who's the third one?
Kyle Hussey. He was number 675 he rode Cowies also. He was from St. Louis.
Interesting. I know faces way better than
I
names.
used to race his older brother, Jason, on 50s, 60s, and 80s. More 60s and 80s, especially at Missouri State races. And we had, dude, it was every weekend. It was just a knockdown battle on mini bikes.
Did people know about that when they would go out and race, or was this something that was brought up later, like them splitting the money?
Oh no, everybody knew about it.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, and it sucked because you'd like line up and there's three guys, and it's like they truly had a team, and the three of them you'd go out and race, and it's like, dude, this sucks. Like you can't,
They're just there to troll everybody. Yeah, dude, and that would almost suck as a fan because if they're in the top three, nothing wild's gonna happen.
Probably
what I
not.
mean?
Yeah, I mean, none of the fans really knew, but
Yeah, see, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
I didn't know how public knowledge this was.
no, just the guys that were
Great way to do it if you want to make money.
Me, Chris Thies, and Cody Clark, I feel like, and maybe Jonan, we went out to the Green Valley Speedway, the circle car track next door to the motocross track, and the four of us, there was like 7 or 8 guys, and the track was rink-a-dink, dude. It was really, really bad. And plus, we went up onto the speedway.
Yeah.
Dude, fourth gear tapped around the
hard
outside one of
pass.
the bowls. It was so gnarly. And we were like, this track's unrideable. It was unpassable. There were no jumps. It was, will you put that on silent?
Yeah, I got you.
But dude, we were like, screw it. Let's just all put our money in together, go out, have a good time. Dude, we were like, it was like battle cross. We were like running into each other and kicking each other and slapping each other on the back of the helmet, that kind of stuff while we're racing.
Yeah.
And we just all split the winnings. But the deal was you had to finish the race. And I can't remember who it was, if it was Jonan or if it was Cody. One of the two melted a rear brake and couldn't finish the race. And so they were totally out of the money. And they were like, come on, guys. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, you didn't finish.
Yeah, you didn't finish.
Oh, man.
But anyway, going back to the Wyandotte County Fair, dude, if that track would have been built and they would have had races out there, and they would have had practice on Tuesday nights, which, me and Bruce, we figured out exactly how to do it. Because Kingsville does Thursday, Green Valley does Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So practice on Tuesdays and then races either Friday or Saturday nights. And, the promo pack of how we were going to announce the track was going to be so cool. Didn't I ever reach out to you about that? Do you remember?
I don't know if you did.
I'm certain that I did.
You probably did.
This was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, I reached out to him I was reaching out to every pro rider that I knew within 300 miles.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, track's going to be built. We're going to build it kind of gnarly for the first time. And then we're going to tame it down before the first practice or race day. But we were going to get all the pro riders to come down and just go out and race, and film it. And then turn it into a full-fledged, commercial pack ready to, roll out on social. And then it just never happened because of COVID.
Oh.
Yeah.
This happened around then.
Yeah,
so this
dude.
was just last year.
Yeah, dude. No, we were.
okay.
I mean, like we were set to launch. We were gonna do it like the first week of April, and
So you guys got hosed literally
time.
right before it.
And dude, the thing that sucks is the guy at the fair board that was dealing with the property, they had like one council meeting left that they had to do to finalize the deal at the track.
Oh, and they couldn't do it because of COVID?
They couldn't do the meeting.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, dude, it was literally like
Heartbreak.
the last contract, the last signature. And then COVID happened, no public gatherings. And then,
So they had no interest in funding the track build?
well, no, it just wasn't. No, they were going to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem was
No crowds and
no. Well, I mean, there was that. Somebody came in and made an offer for the land.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Bruce was just going to lease it from the fair board.
Yeah.
So that kind of screwed everything up for everybody. But that
Yeah.
would have been such a
Yeah.
good place to ride, dude.
How far is that from here?
30 minutes.
Towards Kansas City or
Yeah,
towards
towards
Topeka?
Kansas City.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, night track.
See, that's like I never really had that growing. Like, there's some now. Like, I think
Will
adrenaline's.
you hold that a little closer?
Yeah.
to you?
Sorry, I thought you were turning me down earlier, so I was trying to get it farther
no,
away.
I just turned the overall volume
Oh,
down.
okay, got you. Adrenaline, I think, is coming in with like a night track. So then you have Kingsville, Adrenaline. I don't know who else, but like those weren't. I guess Kingsville was around when I was coming up,
Dude,
but we
Kingsville's
never
been a
really.
thing since
I
then.
know. Oh, do you remember the Moberly night track?
I only rode around pit bikes.
I think I only did too. I don't think I ever raced it,
Yeah.
but like. There wasn't, but that's also Moberly was 4 hours away from me, I think.
Right,
So
yeah.
like there wasn't super close. So I think that would have been nice.
Dude, if we could have like a Village Creek night track, which I mean that was the plan for Wyandotte County. Have you ever rode the Village night track?
Nope.
You've been to Village.
Nope.
Dude, it's so good. I mean, it's like, imagine a really jumbo supercross track with just a little bit of elevation change to it and real tame obstacles. There's a couple tabletops that are fucking huge. And then they would have like a triple that was pretty big, you know, and like most guys would just double through it, but pro riders would triple their way through and just good dirt and great lights.
I really was excited when Heartland Park became a thing because that's 10 minutes away from my house. That went downhill quick.
Yeah, dude. That was a bummer deal.
It really was.
You
It was
know-
a fun track. It's just pretty fast, pretty big. You know what I mean?
Pretty fast.
It's just, it sucked because there's no real elevation. So it was tough. Like that was probably should have been built to be like a night track, a fair track. That
100%.
probably would have been way better for them.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think they wanted to have like a national caliber track. That's what they told Tracy anyway.
Yeah.
Build a track that will be able to have big races at, because they were thinking,
Their NHRA that they do and stuff
Right.
like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure, I was told that they spent $50K just on the fence to go around it.
On the
Just on
chain
the
link
fence.
fence. Yeah.
And then they bulldozed it.
How stupid is that?
Unreal, dude.
I know.
50K on a fence? What?
Yeah. Doesn't that just hurt your feelings?
It hurts, dude.
Yeah.
That was in my backyard. That was 10 minutes away from me. That literally would be where I'm training for outdoors every year.
Right.
Because I had it set up where I could help out, and I helped out with some of their prep stuff and whatnot. But
That's funny
That
because
went downhill.
Maybe that's why the shit was always broken.
oh yeah, screw off. I do remember the one time that I went out there to prep. Their water truck broke, and I'm like, "You guys have a whole facility. You have like circle tracks. They have the big track. They have." I was like, "You guys have to have another water truck." They're like, "No." I'm like, "You." And this is the day of, like, we're advertising the evening ride or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. I was the one prepping the track. I knew it was going to be trash. I felt terrible. That's a terrible position to be in.
Yep.
And yeah, so I just had to apologize to everybody that came in. I was like, sorry guys, like I couldn't do anything about it.
I went there one time whenever they were doing the hair scramble, and me and Nick Peterson, and Lucas Filer, I think, we went there to do both. We wanted to ride the motocross track and ride the woods loop. Dude, I did the motocross track long enough to do all the obstacles. Just, it's a big track, so I couldn't remember. After I got all the obstacles down, I was just like, fuck this, dude. This is so dumb. Also, it was 30-mile-an-hour winds. The track, prep practice along with the hare scramble. And there was like 6 people whenever we got there. And I figured, I wanted to show up late, let the track get beat in, then go over and ride. Dude, we got there. They just got done tilling it. And then it was
Bone dry.
Yeah, they didn't have any water on it. Yeah. I went out and rode, and I went back and I told the guy, I was like, hey, I'm not going to ask for my money back, but I'm not going to pay you to go ride the hare scramble loop. How's that sound? He's like, yeah, dude, that's fine.
That's funny, dude. Because,
Yeah.
that's another reason why the night track would be a lot easier and a lot better for them. Is dude, the prep is minimal. You keep it. You can face the jumps up if they get rutted, water that son of a gun, and let them go ride. That's what I love about my track. That's why I don't till my track and everything, is because, you can ride it whenever you want. Even if it's dry, you can get around and ride it if you want to. As soon as you till it, you can't ride on marbles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Okay, and see, the other thing is, too, you watch the European guys ride. How often are they riding on a tilled track? Never.
Never, yeah.
Never.
It's either sand or blue groove.
Yeah. And the thing about the blue groove, dude, is no, you don't get. See, the only time that you want to prep is whenever you've got full blown practice.
Yeah.
If it's just a handful of guys, don't touch it.
Yeah.
If it's just me and a couple buddies, dude. And that's my dad, whenever we had the track at my house, he would want to go out and till it. And then I got in the habit of doing that. But then I figured, I was like, dude, it would always blow out.
Yeah.
Get so blown out. And I was like, fuck it. I'm just not even going to till it. I'm just going to ride.
Yeah.
And then the track would actually end up better because, you'd break through that crust and then the water was underneath and then it would hold.
Yeah.
As opposed to it just straight blowing out. But have you seen the new sand track up north?
Do I keep hearing about this? Where is this?
It's up by.
I keep seeing it on
it's by
people's
Snow Creek.
Snapchats
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you said it was by Snow Creek.
Yeah, and Rushville is the name of the town.
How far is that from here?
An hour 15.
Okay.
Yeah, so what we do is we go out to Leavenworth and then cut across the river up there, and
Gotcha.
then just a hair south.
So is it a public track or is it private?
Half and half.
It's on somebody's land, but he doesn't really
Well,
not super concerned.
Yeah, I don't know. The dude was heavy duty wanting to have people out there. And then I think after a week and a half of it, he's like, fuck this. This is not going to be a public track. Because people were showing.
Everybody was coming up.
Everybody was coming. And plus, it's been raining over the last 10 days. So it's the only
Everybody
place
wants
ride.
to go there.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's been in high demand.
I bet.
Yeah, but
The biggest thing, that's just the liability is what's terrifying about that.
of having prep practice, open, just anybody can come.
No, just the liability of people coming to ride, injury wise.
Yeah, but you have that at your house.
Yeah, I know, but is this just some random guy or is he in the moto industry?
No, he's a moto
okay,
dude.
so
yeah,
he
his
knows.
kid, his kid rides.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it looks dope. That's for sure.
I know. I want to go ride it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any. I don't think I've seen any helmet cam or stuff. Anything.
No, of course not. Why would anybody ever put a GoPro on top of their helmet?
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Hey, dude, I'm gonna fucking glue that microphone to your face if you don't.
Sorry, man. I keep thinking I'm just you're hearing me breathe.
Yeah, no, it's not. Don't worry, it doesn't pick up. So yeah, dude, it's it looks. Nick Peterson told me that lap times are around minute 15, somewhere in that ballpark. He wasn't sure exactly. He just figured it was about that.
So not super big, but it's
not super big.
probably gets rough. I mean, is it all sand or is that just sand that he added?
No, it's all sand.
Natural?
Yeah, it's
Nice.
yeah. He was telling me that they dug a hole 8 feet down and it's just pure sand all the way.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, dude, I want to build a track so bad.
You want to build a
Yeah,
track
I want to have a track. Yeah.
and you own it?
Yep.
Why?
So then I can have somewhere to ride.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know if you want to grow it and whatnot. But yeah, no, I have to agree. I would love to have one that's not not the one I have, I guess is the best way to put it. You know what I mean? Like, it works well, but it's not good training for outdoors, and it's not good training for Supercross. Something to get some seat time on.
Yeah.
It's perfect if you're doing like the Hoosier Arena Cross, but outdoors and Supercross, it's not a good mix for either of them.
No. But you got what you got.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to have Tracy come out and build, I think I'm going to have him build me 3 sets of like legit whoops that are not on the track.
Oh.
Like, it's like you turn and then go off the track, hit the whoops, turn and come back on. Like, so that way when I do training schools and whatnot, or train kids at my house, they don't have to worry about dying in the whoops. Right. That'll just be like an extra loop that I put in.
Yeah.
That way, if I get put in a position like I did at the beginning of this year, where I didn't get my bikes until end of December, I have 5 days to go ride before, Supercross starts.
Yeah.
I can at least start riding at home on an older motorcycle.
Have you talked to Letco about, motorcycles for next year?
Yeah, my name's on the list for a 250 and a 450 as soon as they show up, the 2022s.
Good. Any idea when they're supposed to come in?
I was told sometime around June. Like, they're supposed to be coming in soon.
I know. Dude, how wild is that? 22s in June.
I know.
But, I mean, shit, KTM wiped the 21 production totally. I mean, they did, like, 25% of their initial run because of COVID.
Oh, so yeah, they just have so much, like, extra.
Yeah, so 22 was supposed to be the new model.
See, that's what I've heard. That's because, like, Chance from Letco was even telling me, he's like, because I was thinking about, obviously, okay, it was like, wow, because I have all the parts that I need for 21, but I was like, so what am I going to have to change? What new parts am I going to have to get and everything like that? And he's like, oh, they're changing the frame, they're changing this. I was like, oh my goodness, well, how much are they changing?
Yeah.
Because then I'm sitting there thinking like, man, I like the bike now. Like, do I need to keep the bikes I have just in case I don't like the new stuff? Yeah. But yeah, he said that everything got pushed back to 2023 because they don't have, one, they have a surplus of the old parts, and two, they can't get the new stuff. Right. Because it's just so hard to get new stuff right now. So yeah, but interesting.
Okay, if we just stopped innovation entirely in the motocross industry, dude, we'd be fine.
Honestly,
if everything was the way that it was in 2021, and that's the way it was for the rest of the lifetime of motocross, it'd be fine.
I think the only thing that would continue to be redesigned is like suspension.
Yeah.
But other than that, the bikes are solid.
But dude, I mean, think about how good the suspension is now, like stock suspension.
To be honest, I've never ridden stock suspension.
I know you haven't. I'll speak on
on my behalf.
Yeah. It's great. It's really good. Yeah.
Because so like, what do you just run the stock suspension on yours? So you run air fork, or do you have spring converted?
No. I keep the air fork. I love the air fork.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard so many mixed things about it.
Well, let me tell you what I do.
Tell me what you do, Jeff.
Number one, I take the suspension off and I send it to JH2 Race Tech. Okay. And I keep the air fork. They send it back. I ride it. It's goddamn amazing. The stock. Okay. So here's the thing about air. Like, people want to make it out to be way more complex than it is. Mm-hmm. The air controls the first part of the stroke. Okay. So if you're too soft or you're too stiff, then it sucks, because then you're blowing through or you're packing and you're never getting anywhere. All right. And then the second half of the stroke is controlled by the spring. And then so is the return half. And then the second half of the return is also, the pressurized air.
So there's no valving in that because there's no oil in it, right?
There is.
Or there's no, like, it's not controlled by oil, it's controlled by air?
Correct.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So think about this. With your forks that have oil in them,
mm-hmm.
Have you ever in the middle of the day been like, fuck, I wish I had 5cc more oil?
Nope.
Yeah. But people, for some reason, want to tinker with the air fork and be like, oh, I need to add air. I need to remove air. And it's like, no, dude, it's not hard to find the setting that works.
I'm happy that wasn't a trick question. Because like when you asked me that, I was like, I've never even thought about oil levels when I'm out there riding.
Yeah, it's like people are, but they get afraid.
They like to mess with it.
They become afraid of the air. It's like, no, it's like oil. You set it, okay, where it works, and then you work around that.
You do probably have to check it more often, obviously, because when you have heat and stuff like that, you'll get, your pressure will change, right?
Yeah.
So you have to control your pressure to stay the same.
Okay, so if I show up to the track and it's 15 degrees colder or warmer than whenever I left the house, then I check it immediately. Okay, so think of like if it's cold here and I drive to Oklahoma, obviously I'm going to check my air.
Yeah.
But if the bike's been sitting in the garage and I go ride, like the first, I don't check it every time I go ride, and it's fine.
So you don't check it during the day after you check it the first time? I wonder how much it fluctuates. Because like think about like tire pressure. You check tire pressure before you go out, and after you come back out.
Yeah, I'll check
that
it on.
Fluctuates like a son of a gun.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine doesn't.
Really?
No. But you also run on Pirellis.
That is true.
It's very different.
Yeah. I mean, I used to do it when I was with Dunlop.
And they changed.
Yeah, I mean, they changed like half a pound, sometimes a pound if you're...
Half a pound isn't shit, dude.
Well...
If you can notice half a pound, you're fucking mental.
I guess that's a good point, but I'm just saying, I'm pointing it out that it fluctuates, Jeff. Okay? It fluctuates. I am correct. That's all I want to hear.
Okay. You are correct. It does fluctuate 1/2 pound. And when you're Kevin, you notice that because you are a finely tuned machine.
Oh my.
Yeah. Dude, anyway, so that's the thing about the air fork.
Do you run the stock shock? Just like revalved or spring for you?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, rebuilt for me.
I've always ran I do the WP A kit forks, just like the normal 48s, not the special 52 stuff. And then stock rear shock. That's what I ran in the Amsoil Arena Cross because I didn't have the budget for an A kit shock.
Yeah.
So we did the forks and not the shock, and I loved it. That's what I've been running ever since.
There you go.
I think I'm going to try one of my goals is to try to get my hands on one of the A kit shocks to try that coming into this next year.
I think it would help you in the whoops.
That's what I've been told a lot, and I think it's time to pull that trigger.
Yeah. I mean, with all those helmet wraps you're selling, all those Patreon subscribers, I think we can afford the WP
Shout out to the Patreons.
Let's segue here. So,
yes.
Dude, that's I love your program, and I love how you have it set up, and that you do. I mean, you essentially crowdsource your ability to go racing instead of having one massive title sponsor. I know that Monarch Heavy Haul helps you out a lot.
Yeah.
But then you have everybody else just $1
pitching
here,
in.
$5 here. Yeah,
Dude, it adds
it's a
up.
month. Yeah, I know. I give you $5 a month. I don't even know that it happens.
Yeah. I appreciate it though.
Yeah, and if you can get 10 people to do that, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, exactly.
We tried doing. I mean, we did that with the pod at first, and we tried, and we kind of overpromised, underdelivered.
Yeah.
On it, but no, you do a great job of it. That's for sure.
I got something for you, Jeff.
You do.
I do. Got it for all Patreons, but we're here in person, so I had to give it to you here. It's a cool little thing that I'm gonna be shipping out to all patrons at the beginning of this month.
2021 Monster Energy Supercross. Oh, dude, you misspelled Supercross.
Yeah, funny. Funny guy. I didn't design it, so I don't want to hear it.
Thank you for your support, Kevin Moranz. Oh, dude, the signature, Moranz 85.
Even I made sure to get the number on there because I'm going to do these for
Wait a second. It's one-sided. There's nothing on the back.
Not as of right now. No.
Ugh. No, this is badass, dude.
Yeah. So it's a little metal card engraved. So if you guys join Patreon when are you going to release this? Are they going to hear this before the end of the month?
Are you kidding me? It'll be live tonight.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
All right, head on over kevinmoranz.com, hit that Join Moranz Racing tab, join any tier as a fan, and you'll be getting a pretty legit little metal engraved card at the beginning of the month.
Dude, that's badass. This is like my Kevin Moranz club. Dude, that's what it needs. I love this.
Yeah.
We need to have Kevin Moranz club with membership.
So I haven't sent these out yet, Jeff. So this is one thing I was thinking about is putting engraving something on the back, putting a number.
Oh,
that way everybody has their number. Then when I can do giveaways, I just type it I can do a number giveaway. You know what I mean? And then they have to prove that they have their card still. And then, you know what I mean? That way people keep it. And then also I can do it if you show up to Pro Supercross or Pro Motocross and show me your card, you'll get something. So I don't know. These are all ideas that I'm working on.
I'm a card carrying member of the KM, probably number 61. Says it right here. Flip it over and you see I am member number 681. Says it right there.
681. Boom.
Yeah.
Free signed hat on spot. Or shirt. Your choice.
I want you to sign me.
Sign you?
Yeah.
On what location would you like?
We'll talk about that all day.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, let me ask you this. Would you sign so I have a bunch of dumb tattoos on my thigh. Would you sign my thigh knowing that I would get it tattooed on me?
Absolutely. Without a doubt. Are you kidding me?
I definitely need to get the Kevin Moranz tat right here next to number 13.
Yeah, bingo.
This would be a good spot right here.
I like it.
But then you always have
You have to video it though.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I ask.
But the thing is, then that's a lifetime guarantee that you have to be cool to me for the rest of my life.
You don't want me to just flip on you, and then you're just like, I have a tattoo of you, Kevin.
Oh, dude. Well, if you turned on me, I would just get like an arrow that says "sucks."
So yeah, no, that'd be pretty. That's kind of what I'm working on. I don't know. What do you think about the whole engraving idea? Should I do that or what?
Yeah, dude. I want to know
Because I want to use these as because I'm gonna do these for each season that people are part of my program, right? So Supercross, motocross, obviously. Hopefully, I get a couple rounds in and whatnot. Supercross next year, and that's why I made sure to put the number, all this stuff, because I want it to become like not a collector's item, but like, oh, I was with Kevin when he was number 85. I was with Kevin when he was number 61. I was with Kevin when he was number 1. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm just kidding.
Dude, what are you talking about? You're always number 1.
Huh?
You're always number 1.
I know.
In the fans' hearts.
I try to be the people's hero.
Yeah. And then you walk away, and then it's a different conversation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So as soon as I leave here, you're just gonna talk crap on me? I'm
not. Everybody else is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
When they start taking all of my ideas, then
I'm gonna show them this.
Yeah, exactly.
And be like, hey! I'm.
That's
in the
where it
club.
started. Yep.
Yeah, you mess with me, you mess with all of us.
So yeah, I don't know, some cool ideas. Go check it out. Again, kevinmoranz.com.
Yeah, good, very good.
Get that little plug in there. Appreciate you guys. Honestly, couldn't do without you.
How many total do you have? How many people do you have subscribing to you?
I believe it's like around 75 right now.
Dude, that's so fucking badass.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
That is so dope.
Yeah. And it's cool. Like the coolest thing that I thought about is because like obviously as a privateer, a lot of people in the industry and whatnot, they know it's tough to do everything pretty much on your own when you don't have a team that pays for, travel, flights, hotels, entry fees, any of that stuff. So that's all on me. Obviously I have a lot of really good sponsors, which is huge, but I was trying to think of just like creative ideas to help get fans involved. Cause there's no way for you to be a part of Ken Rox's program, right? No. There's just it's at a different level.
You're just a fan.
Yes.
And if he has a t-shirt, then you buy it.
Exactly.
But the thing is
he doesn't need the money.
And he's getting a $5 royalty.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, I was trying to think of something creative that gets people involved. And because like I got you added to the email stuff that I was doing, right? So you got the email updates, or did you just not look at any of those? You definitely did if you were a Patreon, because all Patreons get added to like emails. So it's like race recaps.
When's the last time that because I subscribed like right around the time you got hurt. So I don't know if you've put.
Yeah, I've posted some, because I posted about like a season recap when everything was done. I posted about me going on Race Day Live and talking and stuff like that.
Yes. I have 2 different email accounts I gave you. Yeah.
Oh, give me the one you don't care about. Gotcha. Whatever. Yeah.
But it's just what my Patreon is subscribed to.
Yes. No, you're good.
To, yeah.
But yeah, so like it's all little stuff like that. So just building it is pretty cool. So like doing the names on the bikes kind of things. That's where I was trying to go with, is the name on the bike is really cool, because like there's different tiers that you can be a part of. Like you said, the $5 tier that's just there to help Kevin out. You want to see him keep racing and whatnot, and you get obviously accepted the extra content and everything. All the way up to bigger tiers that get your name on the race bike. And I try to do a pretty good job of continuously pumping those guys up, along with the sponsors, like doing videos and stuff like that to show them that they're getting recognized.
So the extra content on the OnlyFans, has that been a hit?
Moranz Racing, yes. Yeah, no, it actually has, dude. Like that's what's kind of helped grow it too, is like what a lot of people have reached out, dude, it's not OnlyFans, just show us the rest of your video. Because like the videos of like where something exciting happens, like yeah, absolutely, I'm going to try to create that into clickbait to make you want to watch it. I'm not just going to show that to you when I'm not trying to build this. Okay. You know what I mean?
So, obviously we see a lot of your GoPro footage.
Yes.
What is your thoughts of the AMA?
Horrible.
Yeah. That fucks you up.
Yeah. Well, because Feld hasn't taken it over yet, but AMA has, right? But Feld's probably soon to follow. Is that what we're getting at?
Yeah.
Because I thought that whole thing was coming into Supercross this year, and I was trying to keep my helmet cam stuff pretty hush-hush. and then they posted my helmet cam video of Jet eating crap in the whoops.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have full free game, free anything to use whatever GoPro because they posted my GoPro footage.
Right, yeah.
So then I went on, used it, and obviously you see like the other guys and racers doing it too. So I'm like, okay, they don't have any rules about it yet. But if they really do that, then dude, that's gonna destroy a lot of what we're trying to build on the side. Like, well, one, you can wear probably like a chassis or something like that.
Yeah.
But helmet cam is just the easiest thing to do, and you don't have anything limiting you on your body.
Well, not to mention the fact that like the chest strap is like, it's not much different from the thing.
No,
you're
yeah,
wearing
you
right
have
now.
it around your shoulders. You can feel it on your back. Like, it's restrictive to an extent.
And it covers up like all your sponsors.
Oh,
logos.
dude, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so you
Because
just
that's a
have to,
big
like,
part of my thing too. Is
you
like
can
I have
be
a
putting-
Patreon for fans and I have a
Yeah.
Patreon for sponsors. And
Yeah.
like, so you can hop on there. You can look at all the different levels I have, and like, it's one of the tiers is logo placement on the jersey.
Yeah.
And as you go up, you can get jersey and bike and whatnot. But like, that would be terrible to have people on that tier and then their logo get covered up because I have to have a GoPro on. So yeah, we're gonna have to get creative.
The only thing you could do is put stickers on the GoPro
Yeah,
strap.
the chesty deal.
Or you just run the stickers during, or the GoPro during practice.
Yeah. But
Which,
that's,
I mean,
that's
people want to watch the races.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, when you see me get a whole shot, and you have Ken Roxon and Bam Bam behind me, like, that's what the people want to watch. You know what I mean? They don't
The
want to
people.
watch the people.
The people, they want to see it.
The people.
I am the people.
I don't know who the people are, but
Me.
the people. Exactly. That's one thing I'm gonna be doing like over the next few weeks, because obviously we've been grinding out our gym that we're building at home and everything. But dude, I have so much content and video from all the qualifyings and the races and stuff that I did not have time to go through during the season.
Yeah.
That I'm going to be able to go back through. So like, the content won't be from outdoors, but there will be content on like the Moranz racing page and whatnot from all the supercrosses that I haven't been able to go through. So the behind the scenes stuff will still be there.
Yeah.
And I plan on going to some of the outdoors, and I'll probably do some video and stuff and whatnot during those. So that'll be fun.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah. Shoot.
Do you genuinely, do you think that the helmet camera adds any type of, impairment to the safety functions of a helmet?
No, because you definitely did, because you're part of the Patreon. The Patreon saw me in the wreck before I got life flighted, right?
Yeah.
It crushed the GoPro. My whole GoPro does not work anymore.
Yeah.
It just broke right off.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I think I agree.
An impact like that's, if it can somehow get caught under your helmet and tweak your head more, okay, but like that, I don't even know how you would be able to do that unless you come directly straight down.
And
Because
even-
anything off to the side, it's going to break right off.
Right. And even then, dude, a dirt clod, a rut, a rock could do much worse than what a GoPro can.
Exactly.
I think it's kind of...
You know what it is? You know what I've heard a lot about? Kind of. I don't know if I talked to you about this, but it's like they see like AJ, me, some other racers, Malcolm and stuff like that, but they're sponsored by GoPro, so that's different. That are creating content and like making money off of it, kind of.
Yeah.
That they, I don't know if this is true. This is just rumors I've heard. That they want to be able to control all the footage that happens during their event, so they can make money on it.
MX Sports.
Or or just like Feld, like those, like
Feld,
you know what I mean?
Feld, they get it.
Yeah.
I think that MX Sports definitely is trying to figure out how to put a lock on it. But I mean, dude, the thing is, you fucking signed the waiver at the beginning of the year that says any photos or video that you take while you were there is their property.
Yeah.
It's every single person that goes to the races. You walk through the gate and like on the back of the ticket that they sell you, it says that also.
Yeah.
Every single person that is there, any photo, Snapchat, anything that is taken as property of Feld, or MX Sports.
Use it.
Feld is the same.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Just use it.
Dude, that video that they posted on Supercross of Jet, bro, I've gained like 2,000 followers from that.
Yeah.
Use it all the time. You know what I mean?
Always post it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess it'd probably be different like when you're top dog, like Roxon or somebody like that. But like for somebody coming up and working to get to that level, dude, post it all you want.
Yeah. How many Instagram followers do you have right now?
I have 14.4 thousand.
Wow. God
I
damn.
remember just at like February, I was at 8,500. And my goal at the end of this year is to get to 10K because I want that like swipe up feature. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, just doing really good through Supercross. Honestly, the starts kind of got me a lot of clout too. So like the followers just rolling in. It's pretty sick.
Have you thought about doing, okay, so obviously like racing helps.
Yeah.
Like, can you whip?
Yeah. I want to get a metal ramp so bad.
Dude, if you start...
I want to, you know what I'm going to do or what I want to do? Is I really want to go purchase a 120 or a 150, KTM 150, pimp it out, and get a metal ramp. Dude, you know how many people would watch a 150 throwing whips?
It's really funny that you say that because my tactic for next year is going to be very different than what it is this year.
You're going to be on a 150 next year
I
and just
think I'm
run
gonna
in the
get-
two-stroke? Or are you
I
going to do
think-
250 two-stroke?
No, I think what I'm going to do... I'm done with 450s.
Or 450s or 250? Like 4 strokes?
450s.
Oh,
Done
lame.
with them.
Lame. Okay.
I hate that bike. I can't ride it, dude. I don't-
Really?
No. I am two-stroke. Like the way that I ride, my body positioning, all the muscle movements that I know how to do a dirt bike do not...
Is being aggressive with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the 450, dude, I mean, yeah.
You got to be so mellow with it.
You got to
and
be
just
so mellow.
Yeah.
And, dude, I fucking broke my leg trying to like...
Oh, that was on the 4 fatty?
Yeah, I was on the 450. Okay, so you know the finish line corner at Riverside?
Riverside.
Winterset?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, so you remember how there's like... there's the checkered flag. It's just that tiny little roller.
Yeah.
Big rut on the inside.
Yeah.
Then there's like that lip around the outside.
Yeah.
Dude, I came in, hit that outside lip, and I had a shit start because in the moto before I absolutely wadded my brains out on the 250.
Yeah.
Hurt my groin on my left side, hurt my left knee, couldn't shift. Like going off of the start, dude, I could not get my leg to like do that up motion because I couldn't lift it because my groin was... So, like I missed my shift. I was dead last going to the first corner.
Yeah.
Come around, by the last lap, I'm in like 5th.
Yeah.
And going into that corner, we were taking the white flag. Going into that corner, dude, I'm fucking bonsai coming in. There's a perfect outside rut, dude. I lay the bike over, and I'm going way too fast. But I know I'm just fucking lay the bike over and just
Go.
go.
Yeah.
And on that top lip, somebody went through the rut just inside. Oh no. The lap before or whatever. And hit the rut and it like knuckled up, like it curled over.
Yeah.
So I came in and was committed and like 3/4 of the way on the way out, my foot hit that like knuckle.
Yeah.
And it hit it back. And then my foot peg hit my boot from behind. And then my foot was like down in the rut on the inside and just instantly snapped it. Dude, I didn't even know that it fucking happened. I thought, just like whenever you dunk like your foot against the ground and it kind of stings. That's what I thought happened. Dude, I made the pass around the guy on the inside. There's that little roller and then there's that seat bounce double. And like I seat bounced it and looked down and I was like, oh fuck, dude. And like, like the very first look, I remember having that split second thought of like, what are you doing, dude? Like,
Try to bring it back in.
yeah, I was like, turn your foot in.
Dude.
And then I I'm still in the air. And then I look back down. I was like, oh, dude. And it's literally this
No
direction.
way.
Oh, dude, it was 4 o'clock. My knee's
my
perfectly
goodness.
straight and my foot's almost backwards.
Oh, no.
So
Because like I did my tip fib in 18 or whatever. That was the
Yeah.
only other broken bones that I've had. And I remember as soon as it happened, like I remember feeling the pop, but like it wasn't gnarly. It wasn't like this is broken. I knew it was broken because I heard the pop and landed.
Yeah.
But like pain wise, like your body goes into shock so quick and whatnot. Like you probably didn't feel the pain until. Did they take your boot off, or they didn't do that until the hospital?
do you want to, have I told you about this?
No, because I remember when I was there, or when I did my tip fib, I knew something was wrong, but I had Savachi because this was at the farm. I had Savachi there and Davalos, and Davalos was like, he's a veteran, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like he's Dr. Davalos is what we called him that day because he came straight in and he's like, First thing he said, because he like felt in my boot, and it had compound fractured. It wasn't sticking out, but it cut the skin.
Yeah.
So he felt the blood, and he's like, the first thing we need to do is get this boot off before it starts swelling, because then they're not going to be able to get it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was the worst part. But after that, dude, like, yeah, it was not right after it happened. It wasn't bad, but obviously once you wait. So tell me your story.
Okay. So I hit that jump, I land, and I just let my foot dangle, rode over to the medics, and they were parked directly behind the starting gate, and I leaned up against the ambulance. I slapped the van hood, and I'm like, "Hey, help, help, help!" And the guy like sticks his head out. I was like, "I broke my leg," and he was like, I'm like, "No, I broke my leg." And then the lady, like, she gets out and she looks. She's like, "It looks fine." She was looking at the wrong leg. I'm like, "Well, I'm leaned up against the hood because I can't put my right foot down." I was like, no, look. And I like put my left foot down and lean over, and my leg is just, she's like, "Oh yeah, you did." Okay, let me get the bed. So they go around the back, they get the stretcher, wheel it around. And then it took 3 medics, because I'm still sitting on the bike, and I'm like, I'm fine. It does not hurt at all. Okay. It feels like I feel it, and I feel that it's
feels
wrong.
goofy. Yeah.
Yeah. But it does not hurt at all. And like, I'm thinking, as soon as I broke it, I was like, dude, the pain is going to be so bad. It never hurt.
Yeah, dude. It's wild.
So they put me on the bed. Okay. And then Tony takes my bike and rides it, or fucking somebody took my bike and rode it back to the van. Roman Avila. So Roman takes my bike. Thank God for him, dude, because he had the mind to get my phone too.
Yeah.
So he goes back to my pit, grabs my phone, rides back, hands me my phone. I'm in the thing, in the ambulance. I call my dad, and I'm like, "Dude, broke my leg. It's no big deal. Okay. Like, I'm fine. It's not a big deal, but I'm going to go to the hospital. Whatever. Okay. I'll call you as soon as I have an update." Okay, you need to call Aubrey. So and the medic, dude, and I'm talking on Tony's phone.
Yeah.
And the medic's like, the guy's like, "Hey, we got to get this shirt off you. We got to get this shirt off you." I'm wearing my jersey. I'm like, dude, I'm talking to my dad. He's like, "Well, you need to," I was like, "Hey, stop." He's like, "I'm going to cut this thing off." The hell you are, dude. You're not going to cut this fucking jersey off. It's a brand new jersey. I wore it for the first time.
Jim, just let him cut it.
No, dude.
Why? Because you knew nothing was wrong with your upper half?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, okay, I get it. You want to get into my arm. That's fine. Just give me a moment to talk to my dad. I'm not from here, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, whatever. So I was like, "Dad, I got to go. They want to put a needle in me, Yeah. Or the IV in me, whatever it is. So I get my shirt off, and he gives me that. And then they actually did both arms. I don't know why, but they did both arms. And my foot, dude, it's completely sideways.
It's a right angle.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's obtuse.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
And they couldn't tell if it was compounded, and they couldn't get the boot off. And so
did they try to yank on it?
No.
Okay, good.
No. But they were just like, "Yeah, no, we're definitely not going to get this boot off. Can we cut it off?" I'm like, "No, it's fucking plastic. You'd have to like have a rotary saw."
Yeah, you're not getting that. See, that's why they pulled mine off so quick, is because they knew that. Like, they knew, like,
right.
It was not like the boot was giving me enough pressure that if like the compound or whatever, like, it wasn't holding the blood in. Let's put it that way. So that's why they took it off, because they knew that situation was going to go down.
Okay. See, now the lady that was running the ambulance, the show in the ambulance, she was telling me, she's like, "Here's the deal. It's not compounded, okay? You have a pulse," and she stuck her hand down in there and pulled out no blood. Now, however, there's an artery in there that we have to be concerned about. If the bone is poking into that, you could be bleeding internally, which is just as bad, if not worse, than a compound fracture.
Yeah.
Because what that'll cause is compartment syndrome. So they're like, "We need to decide, are we going to take you straight to Des Moines, or are we going to take you to Madison County?" And they decided to take me to Madison County so they could take my boot off and inspect my leg and make sure I didn't have any internal damage.
Yeah.
Because, dude, my fucking foot is sideways.
Yeah.
Okay? So they take me into Madison County, and it's literally like a 3-mile drive into town. Loop around, go in the back door. They wheel me in. It's small county hospital.
Yeah.
I'm the only patient they have.
Oh boy.
That's how small it is.
All hands on deck.
All 3 people.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
there was the care provider, which is fancy name for doctor.
Yep.
And then they had two or three nurses, something like that, and they were all great.
Yeah.
But okay, tiny hospital, middle of nowhere. You know what name I left out of there? People they don't have working there? An anesthesiologist. Okay, so they don't have anybody to give me anesthesia.
Mm-hmm.
Now in the ambulance, sorry, they gave me a pretty large dose of fentanyl,
Okay.
which is heavy duty.
Okay.
So they gave me fentanyl, and like I didn't have any pain. I kept telling them like I'm not in pain, and they were like, we're gonna give you fentanyl. I was like, whoa. Isn't that the stuff that killed MJ? And they were like, yes, but we're not, it's not like that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Why are you giving me fentanyl? Like, I'm having a very like coherent conversation with the lady. I'm like, listen, I don't think that I need it. She's like, it's going to hurt really bad really soon. So we need to give this to you. And I was just like, all right, that's fine. And I'm trying to like get them to just not give me, because it's a short drive. And she's like, no, we need to. So we get in there. And the care provider, he's like, hey, we're gonna sedate you. You're not gonna know that we're taking your boot off. Okay. And I'm like, okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
And like, I wasn't thinking, oh, what are they gonna give me?
More fentanyl?
No.
Oh, okay. More drugs?
Yes.
Clearly. Yes.
Okay. So he walks out. And I'm telling him, I'm like, dude, if you guys have tools, you can take the hinge off of the thing, and we can do this without me going under.
Yeah.
But the thing is they had to put my ankle was dislocated, so they had to put it back into place. And it's not like your shoulder where they just, pop it back in. It's what's called a reduction, and it's not the same. Okay. So
Continue.
you're shivering. So he walks out. And kind of turns, and it's all windows, and I can see him, and I can hear what he says. And he says to the nurse, I'm going to get the ketamine. And then he said, how much does he weigh? And then she says, how much do you weigh? I said, 200, and he's like, oh, I better get a bigger dose. So he goes back, comes out of the pharmacy, and, the pharmacy where they keep the shit, comes in, and they're like, all right, dude, and they're standing there, and they're talking to me, and, they're all tootling around and shit, and the guy's like, yeah, we're just going to give you a little sedation. You're not going to know, that we're taking your boot off. You're going to wake up in an hour and a half.
You're passed out for 4 hours.
And it's going to be fine, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, dude, sounds good. And like, I didn't know he was giving it, the nurse was putting it into my IV while I'm having this conversation with him about what it is that they're about to do.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm already like slowed down massively from the fentanyl. And dude, I don't do drugs. Like, I've never smoked weed in my life. I've never been drunk. Like, I've never been high of any sort. Okay. Yeah. So they've got me ripped up on fentanyl, which is like triple XL morphine.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm like I'm just like, I can hardly control my tongue as I'm talking to them. Then they give me ketamine. Do you know what ketamine is?
No.
It is this, sedative.
Yeah.
And it has some extreme side effects, such as hallucinations.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. All right. So I go under, and I'm starting to go under.
Yeah.
And like, I just feel weird, dude. And like, my body starts feeling really weird. And then the nurse comes in and she's like, oh, we have to give you the COVID swab. And I was like, okay, fine, sounds good. And I'm just like barely able to keep my eyes open at this point. And she gives me the thing and I can feel it up there and it's weird. And then she pulls it out. And then that was the last thing that I remember.
Uh-huh.
As, me laying there in the hospital, broken leg.
Yeah.
And then, dude, it's like I can feel. It's like I think they put a blanket on me or something. Yeah. I could feel the blanket, dude. And then it's just the blanket keeps getting tighter and tighter, and it's like I feel like it's like I'm constricted and like my body, dude. And I'm like shuffling around inside of it. And then there's like extremely bright white light, but then the light starts to turn like this neon orange. and it feels like I'm laid over like this on my side, which I know that I'm not, but then it starts to feel, and I just keep like going down in this direction. Right? It's like my body is just pushing into whatever
like crunching. Yeah.
But then it's like, then I start to dissolve and turn into whatever it is that I'm laying on, dude. And then the light that's shining on me, like I start to like absorb that light. Dude, and I start to become both the light and the thing that I'm laying on. Like I can feel the
My
light
goodness.
Oh, dude, hold on. We're barely at the tip of the iceberg right
keep
now.
going.
Yeah, you're going to want to sit back.
Keep going.
So I'm going under, dude, and I feel the fuzz of the light, and then all the sounds. You know, it's just like extreme static, dude. Just like this, just on a gnarly level. And then there's all these, you know, just flashes and stuff. And then I fucking like, it's like, okay, you know what origami is?
Yes.
Okay, imagine origami, but instead of it being just like, okay, see, this is weird. This is where it starts to get muddy because it's like there's 3 different parallel things that are going on at the same time.
Okay.
And each of them are equally, like they're all happening at the same time, although they are unrelated to each other. One of them had something to do with EVS and like the company, but it was like this super like high tech like exoscience type shit, right?
So you're dreaming pretty much.
Yeah.
On another level.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
All right, so I'm like part of some type of test the EVS is running, and then additionally, I'm like, you know, folding up in all these different ways, and I can feel my body, dude, and it's like this it's unexplainable, but the best thing is like a neon white light is like beaming down on me, and I can feel the light particles like pinning me down, and I'm trying to like move them and get into a comfortable position. And then also as reality, which is happening outside of the bed or out, you know, what's actually happening. And then I'm just kind of like, oh, this is what it is. Like, this is what,
you understood where you were?
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is what is actual.
Yeah.
Okay, this is like, and this is my new reality. But I was like, so this is what it's like. Oh, this is weird. Okay, so is this like, I was like, so I'm done with the simulation, is what it felt like. It felt like I was done with Jeff, humanity, you know, reality as we know it.
Bro,
here.
you are on another world.
No, it's not even a world. Like it's a different place of consciousness.
Oh my goodness.
And like everything about it is so synthetic feeling. And like, dude, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Everything that I knew before was like a test. And I like something happened, and now I'm not part of that realm anymore. Now I'm actually in what it really is. And like it, not life.
I was gonna say, dude, you died and came back,
dude. And it's not like it's so hard to explain because it's not existence; it's consciousness.
Okay.
And like I have completely lost my physical form at this point, and so I'm like, dude, I'm like electrostatic plasma at this point, and I don't have a physical form anymore. And I'm like a consciousness, and like I have thoughts, but I can't physically feel anything. And then now this is where the COVID swab thing comes. And then I start to realize I was like, oh, I'm the creator. Like this, I created this reality or this existence, this consciousness. And everything that has ever happened on Earth was actually a figment of my creation, like a game that I wanted to play.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about COVID. I was like, fuck, dude, I feel terrible. Like I started that. That's so fucked up that I started a reality where COVID existed. And then, dude, all right, so now this is where it starts to get real dark. So then it's like as soon as I like unlock that, then it like everything starts folding in like origami, right? And I can see it. And it's like these geometric shapes of like existence folding in and folding in and folding in. It keeps getting closer, and I can just feel the pressure of it like building against me. But it's like it's not like a physical pressure. It's like a mental pressure,
Yeah,
think
yeah,
like
yeah.
stress.
Yes.
Okay, and it keeps getting worse with every fold, and I can just boom, 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 like every fold, dude. Like in have you seen not Inception, the other fucking
Have you seen like Maze Runner?
you mean Blade Runner?
It's Maze Runner.
Maze Runner? No,
Yeah.
Similar?
I don't know.
Oh. Anyway,
It's like where like the maze kind of crunches down onto them.
Interstellar. Have you seen Interstellar?
Yes.
All right. So you know whenever McConaughey is like punching the books and shit, trying
Yes.
and he's the ghost.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay. So not that exactly, but that's
Yeah.
the closest explanation.
Yeah.
So this is happening, dude.
That way you can picture it.
Right. And then I start to I'm like, oh well, and this is where that like EVS, exoscience type shit comes in, and I realized that like I was my own test subject, and I failed, and that's why I reset. And that's why I went under, and that's why I feel this. That's why I lost my physical body. That's why everything's folding in. Is I realized that I failed the test, whatever it was, it didn't matter. But I didn't get it right, and now it's the end coming in at me, right? And it's folding in, and then it finally gets to the point to where I am concentrated to just the pin dot.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's everything that has ever existed in the universe on top of me at one time. And but I still exist.
Do you need a hug, Jeff?
No, I'm fine, dude. Listen, dude, I've worked this out. Okay, I've worked this out.
I just say like that had to be gnarly.
It wasn't fun, dude. No, and it only gets worse from there.
Okay, continue.
So
You're a pin dot at this
I'm
point.
a pin dot of all existence.
Yeah.
But I'm alone.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm the only not person, but I am the only thing that exists at
Yeah.
that point. And it's just black nothingness, neon black nothingness. I know that doesn't make sense, but
It's a brighter black.
It was, yes. It was the richest, deepest, yet also most like penetrating black. It was like if the sun emitted shadow instead of light. That's what it felt like. And I'm just there, and I realize, oh, I don't get to die now. Like, this sucks, dude. I'm stuck here forever. And I'm eternal. I am infinite. I'm just thinking all these really large concepts, and it just hurts my brain super bad, dude. And then it like starts to expand a little bit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude? And then like the Big Bang, dude, just boom, all in reverse in the exact opposite direction. And like my how do I explain this? All of my mental thoughts just explode outward like neurons.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I start to regain some of my physical form. And it's just like a nervous system. Think of like a nervous, or like think of a tree leaf.
Yeah.
Okay. You know how like there's all the little veins and shit splayed out?
I've seen the nervous system of the body. Yeah.
Okay. So you've seen, all right.
Yeah.
I can feel that, dude, but I'm like on fire. And every single nerve, every synapse, everything is firing at once at 2,000% all at once. And it's the most painful thing I've ever felt. And it's all like expanding outward, and then it's like physical form starts coming back in, and I'm like, dude, just particles and neutrinos just absorbing everything that's ever existed. But I'm still at this point, I'm still the creator. I'm still all of existence. I'm still everything. And it hurts terribly because I'm stuck there alone, and I'm just afraid that it's going to start over again.
Uh-huh.
And then I, I start to like realize that I was, I broke my leg. I remember like, oh, dude, that's right. That's why the simulation ended, because I broke my leg. That was the catalyst to me go to the hospital, which is actually this, secret test subject site that I set up. And I knew that was like, if I hit that point at that, that
I know what you
event
mean.
was going to happen. And then that was the end of of human reality, and then I turn into this conscious existence, and then I was thinking about, dude, that's so wild because I broke my leg when I was 15, and then I broke my leg when I was 32, and I'm just thinking 17 years, dude, and then I'm just sitting there, or not sitting, but I'm just existing with no feeling, thinking about all 17 of those years, right? And from when I broke it the first time at 15 to this most recent break, and I live out my entire life in it, like every single excruciating detail down to the T. I lived the entire life all over again. And it was like, now did I literally?
No, I know what you mean.
But at that time I did, you know, I mean, think about like dream speed, you know,
Yeah.
like dream speed is 5 million times faster than, so this could have been going on in 5 minutes time,
Yeah.
you know, but it's like as if every single thought or feeling or anything that I've ever had my whole life played out right there in front of me. And I was trying to find the error, you know, where was it that I went wrong? And I couldn't figure it out. And then I like kind of feel like myself going through this wormhole of like time in a loop. And then I start back over at 15, dude. And it happens again and again and again. And dude, and then it starts to turn into just like this mush of just, you know, I can't even see what's going on, dude, because every time I go through it, it like quadruples in speed.
Yeah.
And then it's just like this spinning, just like a spool.
Yeah.
That's just spinning faster and faster and faster. But instead of threads being pulled off of it, the threads being put back onto the spool. And at the same time that is happening, I'm starting to come back to
Reality.
what we know as reality.
Yeah.
And then I start to open my eyes and I see what's going on. And then I realized, fuck, dude, I'm 15 again. But like physical form. And I now I have to like do it again. And I'm like, it's not sped up like it was in my thoughts.
Yeah.
You
You're
know?
like, all right, here we go. I have to go through all of that again.
Dude, and I'm laying there and I'm thinking of like my first girlfriend, and you know, all I could think about was all the mistakes I've ever made, and now I have to do them all over again. And I don't know what it's going to be. You know, what was that counter, you know, that fork in the road that
You have to change to do it right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm laying there and I'm trying to think about it. And dude, I'm crying. Like physically, I'm just crying. And then my nurse, Brittany, she was right there. Here's the wild part. When I was 15, I broke my leg in Iowa. Guess what my nurse's name was? Brittany.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
So I was having like deja vu at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck, dude, no, it's real. And I was talking to him like, and I was asking her, I'm like, dude, why do I have to do it again? And I'm crying. I'm like, why do I have to do this again? She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, why am I starting over? Like, what did I do? Like, why did I get it wrong? And she's just like, what are you talking about? You're okay. It's okay. I was like, how old am I? She's like, you're 32. I was like, I'm not 15. She's like, no, but dude, everything that I'm saying, Kevin, is I can hear it 5 seconds, 10 seconds in advance before it actually comes out of my mouth. So I'm having like just stuck in like this psychotic deja vu, you know, state, and I don't understand anything. That's
You went
going on.
insane for a bit.
Oh, 100%. And
I can only imagine what this girl is thinking.
So I'm like trying to talk it out, and I'm like laying there. I'm like, I remember like just like crying and laughing, and then just like, dude, if I opened my eyes, the room is still going, you know, thinking that spool, dude. It's like my brain couldn't compute what reality was. And then finally it starts to slow down, and then I look down and I see my body, and I see I have this soft cast on my leg, and I've got my shirt off so I can see my tattoos. And I'm like, wait a fucking second, you can't get tattoos when you're 50. I'm not 15, dude. And I'm just like, yeah.
Enjoy.
You know, but dude, and I told her I'm thinking, I'm like, say something to like break out of the cycle, like, dude, break out, like try to bust out of whatever that thing was that I was stuck in. And then finally I said something, and I didn't hear it before I said it. I was like, oh my God, I'm doing it. And then I started saying stuff, and then I look down and I see my tattoos, and then I just fucking break down, dude. And I'm fucking smoked. And like, it was so wild because then I'm just like jubilated. And do you know why? Not because I got my physical form back, but because I was not stuck in that eternal, infinite loop of just being the only thing of existence. And I was given the gift of dying back to me. And it's like, you don't realize it, but people always want to know what is, sorry, that's right next to the thing, so it's causing.
Oh, you're good.
What is the purpose of life? Well, it's not so much what is the purpose of life, but, it's the fact that there is an ending to life. And because of that, you have to fulfill life while you have it. And then the ending is a gift because it is a motivating factor for one to be, achieve greatness or to do the most that they possibly can do while they're given, the time on the earth. Obviously, it's unfair for some people. They die at birth. They, have a shitty life, whatever it is. But it's like for somebody like me that's super fortunate, I have a lot of talents and shit like that. It's like I realized, the end is not a curse, but it is a gift. Mm-hmm. And then I'm laying there, in the hospital. I don't give a fuck about my leg. Yeah. I could not care less. I'm just like, oh my God, like I had this, this epiphany of realizing, and it has to be taken away from you. Yeah. And it's weird because, people would think that, you have like a near-death experience and that will give you, like a second, wind in your sails. Yeah. But really, it's the opposite. It's where you are given the the only option is to live. Yeah. And you get no death. And that is, to me, was where I was like, whoa, dude. Like that life is scarier than death. To me, it's like to be stuck in existence forever sounds way, way worse than it ending. Yeah. And it kind of gave me, a new lease on life. And I was like, wow, dude, no, it's like, I don't, not to be like that I would sit around fearing death or something like that. But I realized it's like, it's okay. Like when it happens, it's okay. It doesn't matter how it happens. Yeah. Obviously, do I want to be buried alive on, under dirt or concrete or, thrown into a river with cinder block shoes? No, absolutely not. That sounds terribly agonizing. Yeah. Being set on fire sounds terrible. There's a lot of ways to die that would be absolutely terrible. But at the same time, dude, like all of the like badness that comes along with life, that goes away. I'm sure all the good stuff does too. Yeah. But it's okay. Because it's the only thing that's guaranteed in life is dying. And see, we say that, and it's like, the only thing that's guaranteed in life is death and taxes. Yeah. And dude, what's weird is that whenever that's taken away from you, when you don't have that guarantee, it makes you want it back. Yeah. And that's what happened to me. No, it didn't make me like wake up and want to commit suicide. It didn't make me want to die. By no means. I don't want to die. Yeah. It just was one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, now I really understand. Now,
dude, this episode has got to be called like Jeff and Kev get deep, dude.
So now here's the thing.
So continue.
A buddy of mine that works in he works in a hospital or care facility or something like that. He was telling me that the guy that runs the pharmacy where he works out at the hospital he works at, he's like, they don't even carry ketamine. They just they'll just pull your boot off of you and it's going to hurt like a bitch, but they're not going to do that to somebody. The guy was like, my buddy Bill, he's like, it was fucking unethical what they did to you. For them to give you fentanyl in the ambulance and you be doped up to begin with. And then for them to give you a fucking heroic dose of ketamine for someone that's never had an out-of-body experience, that's never even been drunk, somebody that's never even been high. It was like the perfect storm of the right person with the wrong decision, mixed together for me to have that experience. And like, dude, it was really traumatic and like it fucked me. I couldn't dream for a long time. I couldn't get a fucking boner. Like I was screwed up. Like for, don't get me wrong. I was fine. Yeah. But like at the same time, I couldn't have like a thought without it just clear, without it just going like, hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget that agreement we had.
Oh my goodness.
You know what it's like on the other side.
That's scary, dude.
Yeah. And so So what's funny is also McAdoo.
Yeah.
Whenever he smashed his lungs in St. Louis, because he was essentially choking because his muscles were contracting and his ribs were all fucked up, they gave him ketamine in the ambulance or whatever it was to get his body to calm down. Because he was like fighting, whatever, but he collapsed his lungs and they needed him to
Relax.
Yeah, but the thing is, they can't, if they give you too heavy of an anesthesia dose, it'll relax everything too much and then your lungs won't be able to expand back open.
Yeah.
So that's why they gave him ketamine. And obviously he did not give me a thorough explanation of what it was that happened, but whenever he saw my Instagram story about it, he was like, dude, no, I've been there. I know what it's like. But circling back to what it was that Bill was telling me, he's like, for the care provider to not tell you, number one, we're giving you ketamine. Do you know what that is? Which I knew what it was, but I didn't know what it was in that sense. Number two, odds are you're going to have a seriously deep trip and you're going to go somewhere, uncharted.
Yeah.
Okay. So just be prepared and know that it is going to be okay, and whatever happens in there is not reality.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get that forewarning. Yeah. Bill's like, dude, that's fucking unethical for them to do that.
Dude.
That's straight up wrong.
Because I remember my story is nothing like yours, but I don't think they obviously didn't give me as gnarly stuff as you needed because your ankle was torn off your body pretty much. But I'm just saying for my shoulder. Because they just brought me in because my whole thing going in, because I took some video of it and whatnot, is I wanted to count down, right? I wanted to do the 10, 9, 8. I wanted to get to 1 because I was confident. I was I'm going to get to 1. So I kept asking the nurse and everything, all right, just let me know when to start counting or whatever. She's like, you're not even going to be able to count. You're not even going to get 10 out of your mouth. And I was like, I don't believe this at all. Yeah, I know. I was like, just let me know when. And so they put this little mask on me, and probably the same kind of sensation you got. Whenever they start your IV with whatever they're giving you, your body just gets real hot real quick, and you feel that kind of nummy sensation.
Okay, so that would have been morphine.
That I don't know what they gave me. That was probably I don't know.
Yeah,
but
so I guarantee you that they gave you morphine because of the way that you're describing that sensation. Morphine does one of two things: either makes you really hot or it makes you feel really cold from the inside out.
No, it was hot.
Yeah.
And so and I remember they put the mask on me, and the thing that they said is that I can't remember what it was that they gave me, but they said that we have to pretty much knock you out, but you have to be able to talk to us and answer our questions unconsciously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they had to, the anesthesia that they had to put in me or whatever, in my shoulder, they wanted to make sure that it didn't feel electricity in my arm or an electrical shock go down my arm. Because if they do that, then they're hitting the nerve or whatever. They're doing something wrong. And so I was like, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know how that's going to work.
Whenever you're getting the surgery done?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the scope. It wasn't. Yeah. So they put me under the little face mask thing or whatever. And, I'm just breathing it in. And I'm like, you just let me know when to start counting or whatever. And they're like, all right. And they explained the whole situation with, we're going to have to put you under, but you're going to be able to talk. And I was like, I didn't understand that. I can't wrap my head around that still.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, whatever. They put it on, and yeah, dude, I woke up and I thought I was in a dream, and I was just sitting there thinking bro, I didn't even get 10. They didn't even tell me when to start. What? I was like, this isn't fair. I could have done it. And, but I just remember waking up, I remember I was just moaning, dude. I woke up and it was kind of blurry, and I was just I was trying to talk. I was trying to get out of that, that sensation that you can't do anything.
Right.
And yeah, so dude, it was, obviously, I rebounded real quick after that because they did not give me anything as gnarly as what you had, but been there, done that, Jeff.
So when I whenever they did the surgery on my leg.
So that's what I was going to ask though too. So you went in to this tiny little hospital, they put you under, you woke up with a soft cast. So did they do your surgery at this tiny little hospital?
No. What they did was they put my foot back into the ankle joint.
Oh, and then they put a soft cast on you.
And then they put a soft cast on me to prevent
so you haven't even had surgery at this point.
No.
They put you that far under just for an ankle relocation.
Yeah, but dude, they had to take my boot off of me.
I guess that's true. That's true.
Right.
Alrighty. So anyway, you go to a different hospital for the surgery
here in town.
Okay. So you traveled back.
Yeah, I was in Des Moines. Yeah. We were in Winterset, and then Aubrey drove up with my dad, and then some buddies at the track. They loaded all my shit up into the van and then just left it out at the track. And then they went to the track, Aubrey and my dad, picked the stuff up, and then they drove to the hospital. And I was just sitting there waiting just fine, you know. I got a cast on my leg, a soft cast, no big deal. So then we came home. I just laid in the back of the van on my bed, and it was fine.
Yeah.
And I went to let's see, that was on Sunday, Monday. I think I went in and got an appointment on like Wednesday or something. And then they, we did x-rays and the initial plan, whatever. And then a week and a half later, we did the surgery.
Yeah.
Now they wanted to wait for the swelling to go down. So they waited for about 2 weeks to do the surgery. And then, whenever they went in, same thing. I was laying there and I was talking to the anesthesiologist because he used to race motorcycles, like road bikes.
Yeah.
Race cars and road bikes, and we're talking about that kind of shit. And, we're just having a conversation, and they gave me the nerve block.
Yeah, they gave that to me too.
First, did they do the nerve block first or after the anesthesia?
No, I think that's what they were talking about. The nerve block that they were giving me is the anesthesiologist, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. Is he the one that gives you the nerve block?
Yes.
So I think that's why they had to put me under but keep me conscious, because when they put the nerve block in, they wanted to make sure I wasn't feeling a tingling sensation.
Yeah.
But they have to put you down so you don't move or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can be, in my mind, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, but dude, think about
and
it.
I even asked them, I was like, so did I talk to you guys? Like, yeah. I was like, I don't understand how you can consciously be out and
about like whenever you're asleep, okay? And like, you ever been laying next to somebody and they say something and you're like, what? Yeah, okay, yep, sounds good. And then you wake up and you're like, I don't fucking remember having that conversation.
I've never had a conversation with somebody, but I've heard somebody else like kind of talk.
I guess you've never had girls stay the night.
Yeah, you know.
Just the other guys at the goat farm. And you guys don't talk about it the next morning.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Jeffy boy.
Anyway, so I did the same thing. I was laying there and just kind of faded away. And then I woke up in the same exact, it's funny because I remember moving, and it's like they gave me the shit and then no, hold on. Wait, they put me in the little triage room and then they took me into the operating room. That's right. They took me to the operating room. Dude, they had fucking music blasting in there.
Dude, I remember that too. They had in the operating room or whatever, they had music playing. And I was like, dude, the doctors just come in here and jam out, knock this thing out and get me on my way.
I mean, I listen to music really loud when I work.
Yeah, that's true, dude.
So yeah,
they
were rocking out. I remember it was like Boston or Styx or something. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is a vibe. And I'm laying there and I'm just, yeah, dude, hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate the hard work. Before you even go in, I just want to say, let's do a good, clean one. And,
let's do a
good luck. And, and they were all giggling at me. And I was just like, hey, I'm psyched that you guys are doing this. Yeah. I'm glad that you're the team. This is the joint, like the vibe in here. I know this is right. And then I'm just talking, about that. And she was like, okay, well, do you feel anything yet? I was like, honestly, nah, dude. I'm just And then I fucking wake up, but it's like...
Yeah, like you're trying to force yourself, like, and what is going on?
My leg hurt so bad.
Really?
It was excruciating. I mean, it hurt so bad.
Because, like, my tip fib or whatever that I did, I remember that. Well, one, I had the compound deal or whatever. So, like, obviously that was sitting in blood for the hour before they got me in, or 2 hours, whatever. So it's like all that skin's so soft and nasty that them stitching all that back together and getting that to try to hold, the skin was the thing that hurt me the most.
Yeah. So did they do staples on you? Or stitches?
I don't really remember. No, I had some staples. I had staples.
Yeah.
But I can't even remember what I had in here. I think I had stitches in this because it was too soft to staple.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It was pretty gnarly. But, like, my shoulder, I've had almost zero pain ever since that. So, like, dude, the shoulder has been pretty legit when it comes to the healing process. Like, I'll do a couple shoulders before I do another leg. You know what I mean?
So, it hurt real bad. And, like, the side of my foot was the most painful part, just, like, right here. And, like, I think it just swole up so much and it was putting pressure on the cast, and like it's still, the skin's fucked up over there.
They cut you open anywhere?
Bro.
Oh, yep. Okay, yep.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm. This is the skin the thing that hurt the most, or was it internal pain?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, it just hurt really bad.
For like the next 3 weeks,
No, it was
a week.
3 days or so.
Really?
I quit taking pain pills after 2 days.
Yeah, I did the same thing with this.
It's so silly. So anyway, listen to this. So you've had staples removed, right?
Yeah,
All right.
it's a weird feeling.
The day, what was it? The day after I had my staples removed, Aubrey dropped an earring in the kitchen and then she stepped on it.
Oh yeah, she's like whimpering and
Dude,
everything.
oh my God. It was like, yes. And she was making such a big fuss out of it. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, yeah, I just had like 35 staples removed. And it's not just one, but it's two.
Yeah.
So imagine 60 of those being pulled out by a doctor as you're, sitting there talking to her about, her kids or whatever the fuck it was we were talking about. And she like, I didn't even say anything. She was like, oh my God, I feel so bad. Like I'm over here, carrying on and putting on a circus show over one tiny little thing. And you just had all those staples pulled out. She felt silly, but I'm like, no, dude, that would suck to have a fucking earring stuck in the bottom of your foot to pull it out.
It's different when you didn't have anything when it goes in. But like, I would have to agree. Like, now that I think of it, no, you're good. Well, after I think of it, I had all staples. I had staples in the top, staples in that. Because I remember when I was getting because the shoulder surgery or the soldier scope or whatever, they only make like 2 little incisions, right?
Tiny, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not bad at all. And I remember the lady asking, so like, you've had stitches out before? And I was like, I can't remember ever getting stitches out before. Because I've like, over my, 16 years of racing, I've had a broken tib fib and now a shoulder. So like, I'd have to say that's pretty solid for a career so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's a weird sensation because I remember the staples, but the stitches feel more like obviously it's a string in you, so it's like a pulling sensation through.
Yeah.
The staples are just like
Out.
Yeah, straight out.
Uh-huh.
It's weird.
It is very
I was
weird.
scared because I was like, they have that little thing that kind of bends them, like it's like a tool that bends them out and then pulls it up.
Yeah.
But I was imagining it like a paper staple.
Yeah.
That like it's curled up under there, and I'm like, dude, I was terrified going in. I was like, this is about to be agonizing.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad.
I don't know. I kind of, I'm not going to lie. Like I was wincing. It hurt really bad. And then the other day, right on like the bottom of where the scar is on the scar tissue, I was in here and I had the dishwasher door down and I took a step back and hit it right on the dishwasher door, just perfect right where the cut was. And like it had healed already, but it was super tender. Oh my God, dude.
Mine was tender. Yeah, mine was tender for probably every bit of 6 to 8 months afterwards.
Yeah.
Just like, cause like, well, yours was right on the bone, right?
Yeah.
This one wasn't bad because that's where they put the rod in, like that, like where there's meat, it's not bad, but like right here, because your tibia's right there.
Yeah, I know.
That if I hit that, even if I hit it today, and this is what 3 years later,
Is it
sensitive.
round? Like your tibia? Did it bulb over?
Yeah, like there's a little bit of a bump.
Yeah,
because
I have
like there's a
real
ledge.
big bump.
Yeah.
Dude, whenever they did the X-ray on me with the doctor, he was like, "God damn, you have beat the fuck out of this leg before." I was like, "Yeah, I did it all at once too." Yeah, but they gave me a plate, 8 screws, and then they did this thing called a halo, which is, you see where there's this little incision right here?
Yeah.
So they put this wire in through here, and then it goes around and then wraps around, and then they take a tool and cinch it down, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, I mean, it's,
Does that come out and the hardware stays in?
It's all permanent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because they put it in to keep the 2 bones together in case I do like dab my foot or something like that. He's like, if you were just a regular person, we wouldn't have done that to you. But because you're a motocross racer and you're going to continue beating the shit out of your feet, you got to have that there. So there's 2 tendons that are right across like this.
Yeah.
And I tore both of them. So if they wouldn't have put that thing in there, the tendons would have healed loose and then the ankle would just come out.
No, sir.
Right. Yeah. So
That was a good move.
yeah. Shout out to John. It's like I think Galligan. Yeah, Galligan, because it's not Gallagher. Galligan. Solid guy.
Solid guy.
Dude, he's such a dope doctor. I get to hang out with him on Friday again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm going to try to take up as much of his time as possible because he's so cool. Yeah, he was telling me that whenever he got started, he first went into the medical field, and he had to do. He was a paramedic. His thing that he was from Nebraska, but he was like, dude, every weekend, pretty much from April through September, I was at the rodeo, one way or another, whether it was bulls, sheep, horse or equine, whatever. There was always, in like the 6 counties that were around me, there was always a fair or a rodeo or something. And so we would go, and he's like, you want to talk about some tough motherfuckers? Yeah. He was like, in the way that you're describing what you do, it's like, you're just as fucking gnarly. I'm like, no, dude, I don't agree with that at all. So,
have you ever ridden a bull?
Fuck no, dude. I rode a mechanical bull.
I feel like I kind of want to do that in my life at some point. I don't know if I would want to, though.
It's fun, dude. It's fun.
No, I'm talking about a real one.
Oh, hard pass.
Hard pass.
I wouldn't even ride a sheep, dude.
Oh, my goodness. I just don't know if I would want it to have horns. I don't think I'd want it to have horns.
Well, sheep don't have horns.
Well, I'm talking about bulls.
Oh,
I'm not talking about sheep.
Oh, sorry.
Why would I want to ride a sheep?
I don't know, dude.
But yeah.
A bull. Wow.
That'd be wild.
Hard pass on that, dude. I think I'm good. I wouldn't even want to ride a bronco.
I would rather ride a bull before I ride a horse.
Really?
Yeah. One that because you're that much higher up.
Yeah, but dude, just think about how bad it would hurt to get
stepped on.
Yeah, it would hurt so much worse by the bull because they're so much heavier.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, I know.
But horse would be more powerful. I feel like.
Why are you riding horse? Horse.
A bronco. Let's call it that.
That's why.
Yeah. Bronco. Yeah. I feel like that would be a little bit more intense.
Well, we've done an hour and 45 minutes.
We have.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up. How would do your thing that you do, with your sponsors.
Alrighty. Yeah. Just got a big shout out to everybody in the Midwest, all the fans and everybody. You guys are really pumping it up. Appreciate everything you guys do for me. If you guys want to join the team, head on over to kevinmoranz.com. Hit the Join Moranz Racing tab and join as a fan or sponsor, whichever one you want to jump on board as. And if you do it, this is going to be going up soon, right, Jeff? Tonight. Yeah. Alrighty. If you do it before the beginning of June, you're going to be getting one of these cool little cards that I gave Jeff earlier, metal engraving, and then some cool stuff, some T-shirts and whatnot the next month after that. So yeah, that's the biggest thing is just go out, join the Patreon, support Kev, and we'll be back on the track soon. And just got to give a big shout out to the whole TPJ Fly Racing team, Gree, Monarch Heavy Hull, Fitz Roofing, Dirt Bike Depot, and a bunch of other people. Letco Cycles out here. Got to give them the plug. Competitor of Jeffy Boy over here.
Whatever.
So
we're on Team Kevin right now.
But no, a lot of great people behind me. The Fuel House is a big one out here locally. TMI Corp, Hoyt's Trucking. There's a lot of really good people out here locally. So yeah, we'll just keep it going. Keep mixing it up with Roxon, Tomac, the big boys.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Okay, Kevin, thanks so much. And thanks for helping me do this for the first time in like a year.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to do it. I want to keep doing it. You know what I mean? And keep an eye on the old social media. Hopefully there'll be a class with Christopher Thies, Benny Bloss, and I coming up very soon.
Okay.
Training class.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
I appreciate you.